rather than back.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time.
Okay.
All righty. Well, my next guest says the president's going to Copenhagen not in spite of these emails, but because of these emails. He's in full panic mode. He's the author of the book, Red Hot Lies, How Global Warming Alarmists Use Threats, Fraud, and Deception to Keep You Misinformed. So I guess, based on the title, Chris Horner might feel a little vindicated by these hacked emails. How you feeling about this thing?
Yeah, the words "I told you so" have come to mind a lot in the last week, and I just want to be clear. I'm not saying you were just intentionally misled by your previous guest. I agree he doesn't have enough understanding or knowledge of the issue to comment because, for example, beyond the emails, in the actual computer code itself, annotated in the double-digit number of times, we have statements like, apply a very artificial correction decline, 2 exclamation marks, all caps, very artificial, and it's in the double-digit number of times whereby they say they're applying an artificial decline to, as the gentleman said, use a trick to hide the decline. And I might be tempted to entertain such fantasy if not for an independent investigation, thanks to Congress, already proving that these very specific actions and questions were a trick to hide the decline in temperatures. So they're trying to brazen this out, Charles, and the president, as you indicated, I believe, is doubling down. They're panicked. They're going to politically commit the U.S. in 3 weeks to a treaty now in violation of their own express policy of waiting for Congress to tell them what they're able to do, because they really do believe they must act now.
But the interesting thing, though, is even if they go over there, they make these proposals, you've got major countries out there, China and India, who seem very reluctant to go along at all. Does that mean at the end of the day it's going to cost Americans even more money to comply with the president's agenda?
It's going to cost an awful lot of money, according to the Congressional Budget Office, EPA, Energy Information Administration, Charles River Associates International, American Council for Capital Formation. That's government, that's private. Cap and trade kills jobs. It killed jobs in Europe. It sent them here. Carroll County, Kentucky. Steel jobs from a Cerenox in Spain called North American Stainless Steel. Their CEO now says those jobs are going to Malaysia. I don't know what about that we don't understand, or what about this newest export from Europe we don't like, but cap and trade is energy rationing. It will kill jobs. It's the point. I have no reason to believe Barack Obama was lying when he said his goal was to cause energy prices to necessarily skyrocket, to raise billions. This is an ideology in search of an excuse. The scientists, in their own words, have now affirmed, not revealed, affirmed, these are the same people I named in my book, admitting to precisely the actions I described in my book. Yeah, I told you so's come to mind a lot recently.
So, Chris, now having said that, listen, a lot of Americans still believe in global warming and are ready to take the dive, if you will. Is there any chance that these emails, this smoking gun, can turn the tide?
Well, first of all, that's 2 different statements. A lot of people, so long as it's at the cocktail feel-good, don't you want to save the planet level? Yeah, 80% of the people do. And then you say, what would you pay for it? And they say something below $1 a gallon, and the Washington Post wouldn't ask below that. And I suggest it's less than a quarter a gallon because people understand this. Look, these people have been exposed in their own words as falsifying results, not marginal results. The premise for Kyoto and cap and trade, it's an organized, in their own words, effort to destroy data, subvert and violate transparency laws, and it appears on its face to be an organized effort to, with an intent to defraud. Yeah, we need an investigation because, Charles, these scientists say their names have been wrongly sullied and there's no there. Great, then surely they join my call, Senator Inhofe's call, and others for an investigation to clear their name before we go any further on these international commitments that really only target us and cap and trade, which is the biggest tax increase in American history. No, the American people don't support that. Just ask them.
All right, the biggest tax increase in American history. Chris, I know your phone's ringing off the hook. Congratulations. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Charles.
All righty.